Hello everyone, welcome to the 5-Minute Discovery channel, continuing the series of articles about small but powerful countries in the world. Today we will explore a tiny but extremely rich country in Europe, which is Liechtenstein. Although it has a small area, do not underestimate this country, because you will be surprised by their strong development and financial potential. Perhaps few people know that Liechtenstein is one of the richest countries in the world. Although few people remember this name, let's learn about Liechtenstein and discover interesting things about this country. Don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss the next interesting videos. Share your opinion in the comments section below the video. First of all, to better understand Liechtenstein, we need to know where this country is located. Liechtenstein is a small country located right in the center of Europe, surrounded by 12 countries, including Austria and Switzerland. This is one of the smallest countries in Europe, ranking with countries such as Vatican, San Marino, Monaco and Andorra, with an area of only 160 square kilometers. Liechtenstein is no larger than an average district in Hanoi such as Phu Xuyen or Dong An. Compared to Monaco, the country we mentioned in the previous video, Liechtenstein is small but not inferior in terms of prominence. Although Liechtenstein's area is not too large, this does not reduce the attractiveness of this country. The entire territory of Liechtenstein is located on the Alps, the highest mountain range in Europe, giving this country a very special geographical location. Liechtenstein's lowest elevation is also over 400 meters above sea level. And as a result, the weather here is quite cold, especially in winter, with layers of fog covering the whole year. Certainly, despite its small size, with its amazing natural beauty and unique climate, Liechtenstein is still a remarkable destination not only for those who love to travel but also for those who seek peace among the majestic mountains. As a small country, Liechtenstein's cities are also modest in size. Like the simple villages in Vietnam, Liechtenstein's largest city, Vaduz, has only about 6,000 inhabitants, even less than some towns in Vietnam. The capital of this country, Vaduz, is even smaller, with a population of only about 5,400 people, literally a small town. This may surprise you, but the fact is that Liechtenstein is not very favored by nature. This country lacks mineral resources, lacks human resources, and its geographical location is not very favorable when sandwiched between two giants, Austria and Switzerland. In addition, throughout its history, Liechtenstein has been the target of many plunders from large empires. After World War II, this country faced countless difficulties, to the point that it was once considered the slum of Europe, with its ragged and poor landscape. At that time, Liechtenstein relied mainly on agriculture to make a living. However, if we look at the dramatic changes of this country today, we will see the remarkable development journey and amazing transformations. Today, Liechtenstein has become one of the richest countries in the world, with the second highest per capita income in the world, after Monaco. According to statistics from the World Bank in 2019, Liechtenstein's average GDP reached more than $180 person. A dream number. This country is only inferior to Monaco, where the per capita income is about $190. In fact, there are only two countries in the world with a per capita income exceeding $100. And Liechtenstein is one of them. Although it is a small country, Liechtenstein's wealth far exceeds many larger countries in the region such as the UK or Germany. It is the strong development and strategic location in the heart of Europe that has helped Liechtenstein rise to become one of the most prosperous countries in the world. From a poor and devastated country after the war, Liechtenstein is now a living proof that no matter how difficult the starting point, with determination and the right strategy, any country can change its fate and rise to new heights. If converted into Vietnamese currency, each Liechtensteinian earns an average of more than 4 billion Vietnamese dongs per year, a truly unbelievable but completely true figure. So how could a poor country, once largely dependent on agriculture, change so dramatically and become one of the richest countries in the world? The answer is thanks to the wise policies that the Liechtenstein government has implemented since the 1970s. One of the most important decisions is the tax exemption policy and extremely low tax rates, creating favorable conditions for foreign companies and assets to flow in. Liechtenstein has turned itself into a tax haven and an attractive destination for banks and investors. This policy has attracted more than 75,000 foreign companies, mainly banks, to register their operations here. To put this into perspective, the number of 75,000 companies is even larger than the population of Liechtenstein, which is only about 38,000, according to 2021 statistics. Slightly less than Monaco, Thanks to these policies, Liechtenstein has transformed from a predominantly agricultural country to an industrialized and financialized economy. With strong development in the banking, financial and industrial sectors, this has helped this small country own a huge amount of assets in banks and quickly become extremely rich. In particular, it is worth noting that Liechtenstein has almost no foreign debt and a debt-to-GDP ratio of almost zero, an extremely impressive figure for a small country. Not only is Liechtenstein strong in finance, it also thrives in many other industries such as electricity generation, metals, dental products, optical instruments and pharmaceuticals. One of the most prominent names is billionaire Stefan Stopp, who owns a fortune of up to $3.1 billion United States dollars. He is the only billionaire in Liechtenstein and is also a member of the supervisory board of a company specializing in the production of dental instruments, including dentures. His assets account for 50% of Liechtenstein's GDP. This is almost impossible in any other country in the world. Liechtenstein's success story does not stop within national borders. Half of Liechtenstein's workforce, about 17,000 people, work in neighboring countries such as Austria and Switzerland. This shows the level of integration and strong connection of Liechtenstein with the developed economies in the region. From a poor and mainly agricultural country, Liechtenstein has risen to become one of the richest and fastest growing countries in the world, thanks to smart and ingenious economic strategies. Although Liechtenstein is very small, life here is quite special, especially in terms of transportation. Because the country is so small, you can travel all over the country in just one day. So it is quite common for Liechtensteinians to frequently go abroad for work and return the same day. This is also the reason why the unemployment rate in Liechtenstein is almost zero. Only about 2%, and this figure includes women who are in the period of giving birth or taking care of children. The actual unemployment rate is probably only slightly higher than some developed countries. But overall, this country hardly faces this problem. Liechtenstein, with its sky-high per capita income, has the conditions to develop the tourism industry, but it seems to not pay much attention to this field. Perhaps because the income is so high that people do not have to worry much about exploiting tourism. As a result, the number of tourists visiting Liechtenstein each year is just under 100,000, a modest number compared to other popular tourist destinations. However, recently, due to concerns about risks in the financial sector, the government has begun to pay more attention to tourism development. The beautiful natural scenery of the Alps and the special stories of Liechtenstein's strong financial economy are gradually making this country more famous around the world. However, Liechtenstein still has many surprises. It is difficult to believe that Liechtenstein does not have an airport. This is partly due to the limited land area and mountainous terrain that is not suitable for airport construction. The nearest airport is in Zurich, Switzerland, about 1.5 hours drive from the capital Vaduz of Liechtenstein. When flying from Liechtenstein, you will have to transit in Switzerland, which shows the uniqueness of this small country's transportation. Liechtenstein's railway system is also very modest, only about 10 kilometers long, and most of these railway lines are managed by Austria. Liechtenstein's road system is managed by Switzerland. But the most notable thing is an interesting story in Liechtenstein's history. This country was once sold. Liechtenstein is a constitutional monarchy, and the head of government is the king. In 2001, the Prince of Liechtenstein wanted to approve a series of reform policies, but was met with strong opposition from the government. In a fit of anger, the prince threatened to sell the country to wealthy investors if the government did not accept his reform policies. Although this threat seems extreme and unlikely, the story has become a memorable legend in Liechtenstein's history. Despite such rare internal conflicts, stories of war in Liechtenstein are extremely rare. The country has always maintained a policy of peace and stability, which has made Liechtenstein one of the least war-torn countries and known as a model of peace in the world. Liechtenstein, located between Austria and Switzerland, two countries famous for their neutrality, has also chosen to stay neutral. And in fact, this country has maintained a state of no army since 1868, when Liechtenstein's army was officially disbanded. The reason given is simple but also very practical: maintaining an army is too expensive. Therefore, for a long time, Liechtenstein has never had to face war. Even in the two world wars, Liechtenstein just stood by and watched, becoming a silent spectator. Long-term peace is also an important factor that helps this country develop steadily. Another interesting point about Liechtenstein is that they have a football team, but their small population makes their squad not as strong as other countries. Most of the players of the Liechtenstein national team are amateurs, maybe bank employees, postmen, workers, or restaurant staff, people who love football and want to play for fun. Although they lose a lot and lose heavily, their love for this sport has not changed. The Liechtenstein football team is currently ranked 188th in the world. A rather modest position. If we compete with the Vietnam team, we will definitely win easily. Although it is a small country, the story of Liechtenstein is always interesting. From a country without an army, neutral for centuries, to a strong economy and a passionate football team but never had great ambitions. Liechtenstein is truly a special country, with stories unlike any other place in the world. Hope you had fun watching today's video of the 5-Minute Discovery channel. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss the next interesting videos. Share your opinion with us. Now, goodbye and see you again.